Hey YouTube, this video is just for you guys. Let's talk about it. Do we want to see Smackdown 3 hours? Let's talk about it. 3 hours, WWE Smackdown. Would you want to see this? This is Markel's World. I post 3 times a week, wrestling gossip, and I go live here once a week. So you better subscribe. Let's talk about it. I am reading eWrestlingNews.com, and we are talking about wrestling. Wrestling and Smackdown, to be exact. As reported, Wrestling Votes Radio indicating starting January 3rd, 2025, Friday Night SmackDown will become a 3 hour program. Wow! Monday Night Raw will temporarily be 2 hours up until January 1st. It will also go back to its 3 hour formats once the Netflix deal kicks in. This means WWE will upgrade to now 8 hours of main program per week. Holy shit. That is fucking long. Seriously. Like, how long is SmackDown gonna be? Like 8 to 11? Really? That's when you're supposed to be going in the club, if you're young, 23, 24. I mean, late 20s, 30s. You know what I mean. You're supposed to be at the club on a Friday night. I could see the 8 to 10, people watching the first hour, they getting ready, they getting cute, they doing something before they head out for Friday night, they watching the first hour, then 9:30ish they leave. But damn, 11 o'clock? Really? I hope that ain't the time. This shit better start early. But then I don't want to go home early. Like, let's say I'm running errands on Friday. Maybe if I want to be out to 7:30, there's times where I'm running errands, going to the gym right after work, and then I get home like at 7:50 or 8:10 or 8:20. I missed the first 20 minutes, but I still made it. But I don't know. This 3 hours, Lord child, let's keep reading. I think this is over pushing it. I can't believe this. I, Lord, let me see. Oh, no, no, no. Okay, Inside the Ropes is also reported plans for 3 hour WWE SmackDown on USA, possible Netflix deal. Oh, so this is going to be very long, y'all. I mean, it looks like it is true, but this is going to be very long, us watching SmackDown now. 3 hours and then 3 hours of Raw. I don't watch NXT. They're a little too desperate for me at this point. And what I mean by desperate is you have TNA people on there, then you have Randy Orton from Raw on there, and then you have CM Punk on there, then you have Sexy Red on there. So it's like you have all these attraction and outside people coming in to get a rating boost, but you're not actually pushing the current roster you have on NXT. You're too busy trying to get TNA people like Joe Hendry and the top stars to come to give yourself a boost. You're too busy inviting Sexy Red. I think this is her third time. This has to be at least her second time, but I thought she already came back. So I think this is her third time. This is her third time that you're going to see her on NXT. A little desperate. She's one of the hottest wrestlers, and we keep having her on the show. Then we have, the TNA people coming, like I just said. Then we have Randy Orton, who's a Raw star, randomly fighting an NXT superstar because it's the season premiere. It still don't make sense. The season premiere NXT is going to be the next generation. It's going to be the superstars of this show that you're supposed to push, but you're not even pushing them because you have all these other outsiders coming every week. So we have Randy Orton coming from Raw. We have CM Punk coming. So like I said, it's a lot of outsiders is what I'm saying about this. I don't know if I can do that. I can do 3 hours of Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, and then they have NXT. I really don't watch NXT as much. I only just watch it on Hulu and watch my favorites. But that's a lie. I feel bad for people that have to do YouTubes on this. Like do the lives every day. I don't do the lives every day. I gossip here, but I do the lives every day. I do live once a week, but I feel bad for those that actually have to do lives. That's a lot of programming. I will say if it's 3 hours, we better get a mid card women's tag team. No, my apologies. We better get a women's mid card title. I mean, I think you would have time to promote that title on both shows. I don't even care if it's like a US title. I don't care what it is. But I do think they do need a mid card title. Um, at this point, um, there's no reason why they don't have a third title that's a solo title. Even bring the Divas Championship belt back if you need to use that. Seriously, just saying. Um, with Randy Orton going in NXT, I'm sure that's going to give a boost. I do apologize. He's on Smackdown, by the way, but that's a lot of WWE programming. Netflix, I may watch Raw, the 3 hours. I'm okay with watching that for 3 hours, but I hope they bring back a lot of stuff like cussing. They bring a lot of additional stuff since Netflix really doesn't have that much of a filter. I mean, even Wednesday, I think, on Netflix is a little dark, and they show that. So I know Netflix can be dark at times. So that being said, um, and I see that there may not be a filter. Um, let's read more. Oh, shoot. Start tape. WrestleTalk.com. WWE SmackDown becoming a 3 hour show. According to Wrestling Votes Radio, before we move on to SmackDown, our first real votes, Wrestling Votes tidbit here as we get going. Okay. Is that we have learned starting on the January 3rd, 2025, SmackDown will indeed shift to 3 hours. Oh my gosh. Has SmackDown ever been this long before? I think it's been 2.5 hours before, but not 3. I'm not sure. Maybe I don't recall correctly. I grew up with the Fist Ruthless Aggression era, but maybe before that, they did have a 3 hour show. But good for the wrestlers. I mean, there's cons and pros. There's cons for the wrestlers because now they have to stay backstage longer, and I do hear it's a form of respect if you stay backstage. So, con is if you're the main event, you're going to sleep later if you're on SmackDown because now it's an hour later. Pro, you get to make more memories with your coworkers since you guys are backstage longer. It's more family oriented. Con, you're at work longer now, added another hour. Pro, some wrestlers can be on the show now since there's an extra hour and they need filler. So they'll use wrestlers that they wouldn't have imagined if it was only a 2 hour. So more opportunities. So there's a lot of pros and cons about this. I will say pros and cons for a viewer. Pro, if a viewer really likes wrestling, like Melissa, who comments sometimes, they have an extra hour to watch SmackDown. Con, if you're a YouTuber or someone who just doesn't want to watch, who has the time to watch all this because you want to do other things, that's a con. Pro, more storylines, you get more interested in SmackDown if it's a 3 hour show, more storylines to view. So there's pros and cons. I don't know what I'm going to do to stay awake. It's going to have to be exciting shows. They are exciting shows, but I never envisioned that 9 to 11 would be SmackDown. I mean, it's a good thing too. Just imagine if wrestling is one of your favorite things, and that's one show you look forward to, and then you have SmackDown that added another hour. So it is a good thing, but it is a bad thing. I don't know what to think right now. We may have to get adjusted if this is true. I'm sure we all will get adjusted. I know a lot of people will say, "Oh, fuck that! I'm not watching. I'm not watching. It's now." 3 hours, but we all know in reality they're still going to watch nevertheless. So I don't know. ratings have been the greatest on SmackDown, I think. And Raw, no, I think Raw gets the most. No, I think SmackDown gets a bigger rating. I'm unsure, but I know SmackDown's rating has been okay. A little too much of something can be bad. I think maybe the compromise would be 2.5 hours. Give an extra half hour. That would give extra people time to shine. But another whole hour, that can be a lot and overwhelming for those people that have other shit to do. It's a little shady because now I think about it, isn't Rampage on like at 10 o'clock? So if Raw is 8 to 11 and Rampage is 10 to 11, then you have them competing against each other and they're taking some of their viewers away. Very shady, I would say. But they may do it to 7 to 10 because they may not want to get involved with Rampage. But we shall see. We shall see. YouTube, do you want to see this long SmackDown? I mean, sometimes it could be interesting, and we just don't want it to end. We get an extra hour now, so we'll adjust. I'm sure. A little bit tired. I work at a call center, so it was a little overwhelming, but it's over. I'm going to a comedy show with my mom tomorrow, so I'm looking forward to the weekend. But I do thank those that tune in and support. Those that are new, my name is Marquelworld. I'm also on YouTube live sometimes on here, so you won't just see me talking. I'm also on the lives on YouTube, so watch out, subscribe. I'm also on TikTok, Marquelworld. But thank you guys. I hope you guys remain safe. Peace.